give everybody a chance to come in the building. I'm trying to see. I'm giving everybody a minute to come in before I get started, so I don't have to repeat and the things I'm gonna address tonight. And I'm not gonna be no more than like an hour, if that. Because I decided I'm gonna try to come on a little bit earlier than I did a couple days ago or the other day. Come on a little bit earlier so we could get off early. It's a couple of things I want to address. Jazzy, can you give me my iPhone off my dresser? Please. Thank you. That's what I forgot to get out the room, I guess. But what's up, y'all? I hope y'all had a great and a productive day. Got home today. What's up, John Q, brother? Thank you. I hope everybody had a great and productive day. Pull that door up, Jazzy. Pull the door up. Long time no see. How you been, John? Hey, Susie Q. Hey. Yeah, I hope everybody's having a great and productive day today. No, I'm gonna delete it. Okay. But anyway, so I'm gonna break. I want to talk about Don's quick interview with Chris, but I also want to go over because a lot of people are just having a hissy fit. I mean, they just going cray about the Summer Wells case and about people judging, and I think they misconstruing. I've been busy, love. How you doing tonight? I'm doing good. I'm doing real good. I am good. When I get up off of here, I'm gonna feed my babies, and we're gonna probably chill, watch movies. I got one more work day week, and the weekend is ours. Okay, the weekend is ours. Okay, this what's going on. But just so glad the work week's almost over. It went by fast this week. It went by real fast. Cause I was like, man, I'm ready for this work week to get over with. I'm so ready. But yeah, so like I was saying, let's go ahead and get to that. So people are misconstruing, and a lot of people is just going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And I decided, I was like, I'm going to go ahead and knock a couple of things out with this case. When people talk about the living conditions, people automatically, not everybody, some people automatically feel like when you address living conditions that you're judging. Oh, okay. That's what's up. People feel like you automatically are judging or talking about or like judging or saying, well, they're just poor and things of that nature. That's not what it is. Judging and doing something wrong, committing a crime, or breaking the law is completely different. What most people are addressing, I don't think people understand what people are addressing in the Summer Wells case when it comes to the housing and the living conditions inside and out. People are addressing the law and the neglect that's being shown. Okay. Most people aren't judging how they live. It's that the kids can't live like that. It's against the law. Okay. That's what it is. So I think people are just confusing judgment because I see it everywhere. Like everywhere I go, people are like, oh, people judging. It's just like, chill out. That's not what it is. That's just people just going crazy about it. But I'm just gonna be honest with you that people are not judging. It's just inhabitable. It's against the law. Always, John. Always. You just. It's against the law a lot of places to live like that. Okay, and it's not casting judgment because somebody is maybe don't have as much money as the next person. It's not about that because people, hey Stank people with not a lot with less money live completely not like that, you know. So I'm gonna show y'all two videos, okay? Two videos of, because I'm gonna give them example. I'm gonna give people example, the people that don't understand the difference between judging or kids being most likely removed or CPS involved because of inhabitable conditions that's against the law, that's a crime that parents can get arrested for child neglect. It's completely different than judging, cast judgment. It's two different things, okay? So I'm going to show two clips from YouTube. And yeah, so people can see, yeah, that's against the law and it's neglect, okay? And CPS will come get your kids and you are possibly facing time, turn that down, possibly facing time in jail because of that. Okay, it's not judgment. It's just the facts. It's just not how it's against law for children. Okay, so I'm going to show that. Also, these two clips I'm showing, they are not in Tennessee because somebody's like, oh, this is how they live in the country. People neglect their kids and live inhabitable all over the world in all 50 states. Okay. This is all over the world. This is not specifically Tennessee. This is not specifically any location. I'm showing you two different clips of parents getting their children removed and getting arrested for child neglect for having their house look like Candace and Donna's house. Okay. And on top of it, there are two different cities in two different states. Okay. So I'm just gonna knock that rumor on out the gate. Okay, because that's nothing but a rumor, and we for the birthday rumor just straight on. We're gonna knock that on out the way because that's not no. So let me go ahead and get to the first video. Let me show y'all the first video. Y'all pay close attention. Jasmine, turn that down for Prince. Thank you. Okay. Now this is an arrest in Silver Spring Shores. It's a child neglect case. Not only are you facing, not only are you facing child neglect charges, but they're going to remove your kids and you got to make changes before your kids come back home. Because I'm just so sick of hearing people say, oh, people judging. No, it's against the law. When you see that, yeah, it's against the law. Like, I don't know, people don't understand that you can't have kids in those conditions. They can arrest you. They can arrest you and they can remove your kids.
The Department of Children and Families removed 6 children from a filthy and foodless home Tuesday. The children, 5 girls and a boy ranging in age from 2 to 13, were living in a residence that authorities said had no running water or food. The floors were covered with dog feces, and the home was infested with flies. The children had open sores and wounds, and all of them appeared to have lice, Marion County Sheriff's deputies reported. The caregiver, identified as 30-year-old Sarah Nicole Resco, was arrested on 6 counts of child neglect.
Ma'am, can I just go get my shoes out of my car?
No, you can't.
Let go of me.
Stop.
Are you kidding
Stop
me?
now. Stop.
Are you kidding
Don't.
me?
I got it.
Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Chastity, seriously right now? Are you kidding me? I need to make a Robin, you have my password to my phone. Please stop for 2 seconds. I just have to make sure they have the password to my phone. I'm not
They will get the password to your phone.
Please let my hands go. I'm not trying to fight you.
Where's she going?
For those are just coming in, because I can't see the chat right now until I leave out of this part. But they arrested her for her house being inhabitable, children with lice, sores on their body, just house in a just complete disarray. So she's being arrested for that, and CPS has removed her kids. And this is in Silver Spring Shores, okay? So it's not just in certain areas where people live like this or can live like this. It's all over the world. This is not new.
Here right now.
Okay, you can take care of it.
You don't have to push me. I will walk. So please stop pushing me. The key is in it. This is so stupid.
Please sit down.
I have a dress on.
Okay, well, turn around.
I can't do
Listen,
it like
yes,
this.
you can. Sit. There you go.
Now moving on to the next one. This is what, Flagler County Sheriff's. And parents arrested for child neglect after children discovered living in deplorable conditions. So they can arrest you for neglect, and they're going to remove your children. They will remove your children. It happens all over. This is nothing new. Because people act like this is new. This is not new. This is nothing new. It's against the law.
Are they both your children?
Their yard.
Yeah.
You can see like some toys.
Hello. Yeah, you. Yeah.
Yeah, are you the mother of these children here?
Yeah, what's up?
They've been screaming and crying.
Yeah, they're playing. They have the windows open. That's what they do.
They're not playing, ma'am.
Right. Well, it looks like he needs juice or something. He's showing me his cousin.
Yeah, I was just about to look at that.
Okay, well, we're getting complaints that they feel like there's children in distress over there.
Yeah, they're very loud and they scream a lot.
Yeah, it's called a kid.
Yeah, they scream a lot and they're very
How old are they?
almost 2 and 3. They're very.
Is anybody supervising them?
Yeah, I was just in there. I was just in there getting them stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I have my other daughter in the
So
other
there's
one.
like 10,000 choking hazards in there that they're locked in that room and nobody's in there supervising them as they're screaming for the whole neighborhood to call us.
Is that bright in your eyes?
And this apparently has not been the first time from all your neighbors calling in, saying that they hear this multiple times throughout the week. Do you have an ID with you? When was the last time you even changed their diapers? As it's sagging there, probably full.
They had a ton of juice, and it was probably an hour and a half ago that I changed their diapers.
Does this seem to be a safe environment for your children?
Yeah, it's completely safe.
Heard that
It's
before.
just, they're very, very loud and vocal. And since those three windows are opened,
This is a safe environment, huh?
we're still cleaning it out. Their uncle and aunt just left, and they trashed the place. So,
I'm not enthused so far, to be honest with you.
Look at that yard.
Notice the cockroaches on the walls.
Yeah.
And you can see the.
So the screen was in there.
Yeah, the screen was in.
This is
But you see how they
sad.
have the holes and stuff where they're pushing their fingers through. And
But this is against the law. This is all over. All over United States.
It took her several minutes to see a good amount of time to answer the door. When she answered the door, she was like groggy and
Was
tired.
the baby with her when she answered the door?
No.
Okay, so she wasn't.
The infant was asleep in the bed. She seemed tired, groggy, kind of out of it, like she just awoke it. And they were banging on the door that was locked from the other side with an empty juice cup. Mommy. It's her scream. Juice cup.
Juice cup?
Juice.
Oh, juice cup. I was like, what's a juice cup? Okay.
And screaming, mommy, juice. And just loud screeching. Do you want to explain or?
So based on our findings tonight, okay, we do have probable cause to make the arrest. Both of you. It's just not fair what's happening with these kids. All right.
So dad right there too. They're arresting him too, by the way. Or whoever that is with her.
CF has obviously custody of the kids, and they're going to be staying with your sister, cousin. Is that what it is? Hopefully you guys are able to get out tomorrow. You can get back to your baby.
yeah, that's what? We have no money. I have no family.
I understand, but we have probable cause to make the arrest.
We don't tolerate this. All right. That the conditions they're in is unsafe for them in general. Completely unsatisfactory.
You're gonna probably want your wallet, your ID when you go. Alright, go ahead and turn it back to three pops together, just like a prank. Pops together, like a prank.
I know you're upset about your kids, but you hitting your head against that glass is not going to do anything. You have three little ones that care about you that are waiting for you.
Yep.
So let's just get this over with. Okay, we're going to go get you cleared at the hospital. If you don't want to get any treatment or anything, you'll just have to tell them
I
that.
don't want to go to
Okay.
the hospital.
But we have...
There, you just tell them you don't want to see them, and they'll just fill out this paper, and we leave. But according to our policy, because you just
I'll
had
fill it out now. I don't
have-
want to go there at all. I hate Advent.
All
They
right.
treat me like shit.
Okay, perfectly fine. It's not your decision, it's ours. Okay? Our policy states you're going to have to go. If you sign out AMA, that's not a problem. You don't have to get out of the car. That's not a problem. Okay? At the end of the day, this is what is happening. I'm very sorry if you don't want to tell you that, but there's no decision here. There's no choice to be made. This is what's happening. Please don't hit your head against my partition. All it's going to do is hurt and damage my car. Okay?
I don't care if it hurts.
Did you have any questions, comments, or concerns at this point in time?
No.
Great. Close the door. Let's go.
Okay. So that's it. That's all I really wanted to yeah, very, very sad. Hold on, let me stop screen. What's up, Naya? Oh shoot, let me go back up in my comments. If I can here. What's up, Naya? Hey, Kendra. Hey, Debbie. Hey, Southern says. Video made my skin crawl completely not. Oh, shoot. I didn't even see you. Make it full screen. Man. I wish I would have saw that before I played it. But yeah, so basically my point is a lot of people are, saying, oh, that's how it is in the country or in Tennessee, and oh, that's how it is, It's all over. People live like attempt to live like this and live like this, and they get their children removed all the time for inhabitable conditions. So, it's not people judging. It's against the law. It's a crime. No kid should have to live like that. No kid should have to be in that type of environment. And as you heard on the second video, the mama was talking about how she had no family, she didn't have no money, and yada yada yada. But the police, told her, yeah, we don't do that. We don't play that. We don't allow that. That's against the law. Yeah, you don't have to have a lot of money, but you can make it safe for your kids to live in. You could clean up and move things and make things better. It don't take money to do that. It don't. Okay. So yeah, I just had enough of that bullshit people talking about judging and all that. It was just like, what? And it makes me question for a lot of people that's talking about, oh, you don't judge. I wonder how they live, and would they allow their kids to live like that? Probably not. You probably wouldn't allow your kids to live like that. So I'm over that. But yeah, so I just wanted to make it a quick point that it's not just down south or in a specific state. Those are two completely different cities and states where people have gone to jail for neglect, for living like that. And in Summer Wells' case, the only thing so far is only thing they have done, the only things, and they shouldn't, Blake, because it's against the law. That's common sense. And it's sad that I literally have to make a video and literally break it down so people can understand. It's not judging. It's just it's against the law. You can't have minor children living like that. You cannot. CPS will come and get your children. They will come get your kids and pray on top of them removing your kids that you don't get a child neglect charge. They will arrest you. Some states will take you to jail and charge you for living like that. And in Summer Wells' case, the only thing done so far is the boys being removed. Now, they have not charged anybody with neglect yet. In some cases, they charge parents. In some cases, they don't. It just depends. It just depends. Like I said, they waited a while, and like I said, CPS been out to the Wells home multiple times. They've been ducking and dodging and things like that. So this is nothing new. They've been back and forth, and Don's sister already came out and explained that, okay, they'll move. If they get a case, they'll dip, and you won't hear from them for a couple of months. So you can tell that they're aware of running from the state and things like that. So instead of just getting the help from the state, because to be honest, in Tennessee, there's so many services that would assist you, will help you with if you need assistance with whatever, housing or things that you need. If you need people to come help move things, they got all type of services here. All you got to do is reach out for the help. If you don't reach out for the help, how would they know that you need assistance? How would you know if you need help cleaning up and throwing stuff out your house and help with your yard? How would they know? if you don't reach out. But as you can see, they were so busy, as we've heard, they so busy ducking and dodging. Then, they want to kind of be in the outskirts, away from people, so they can live how they want to live and do the things that they want to do. And that's just reality. But it caught up with them no matter wherever you go. It'll catch up with you if you don't do right. And it's just that. So they commented to me the CPS would have gotten them before it passed through. See, let me tell you, Blake, they've been listen, have you watched the Don's stepsister interview? You mean to tell me you think I wouldn't even respond to people that say that to you? I wouldn't even respond because you think CPS went up in there and they didn't make a note, or the police went up there and they didn't notify CPS? Do you think? Okay, and allegedly they was already gonna remove them the day she went missing. Okay, allegedly they was already gonna come and remove the kids, but someone came up missing. So that was a whole situation on top of whatever reason they was gonna come remove the kids. What other reason? And it's not that hard. What other reason would they come remove the kids? It is not somewhere else. The living conditions, the house. It definitely ain't from being poor, because that's not a crime to be poor. If that's what people want to say. Yeah, you can be poor and clean your home. One would think the church would have helped the guy. That's what I said in my last live. Southern says you would think the church would have intervened and asked, can we assist you? Can we come help you with your yard? Can we come help you with your house? We can get some men to come out here and help you with your yard. Or we can get somebody in the church to come and we can come help you with your house. You would think. If CPS was scheduled to conduct a visit on June 15th, why would Candace leave those boys home alone? Allegedly, see, that's a couple of stories with that. That's why you can't base it off no one story, because allegedly Don was supposed to have the boys with him. Technically, it wasn't really supposed to be nobody at home. Technically, it wasn't supposed to be nobody at home. Candace had Summer, and the boys was allegedly supposed to be with Don. So I don't know. But there has been multiple CPS calls and multiple runs. This is not their first rodeo. So, yes, CPS has been involved. This is not their first rodeo. Not with his current wife and not with his past wife. This is not their first rodeo. Yes, they've been doctor CPS for a while. So it's not like, they've been moving. The boys were at home. Yeah, that's one story is they was at home, but I'm not gonna be set on one story. One story is at home. One story was at work with Don. So we don't really know which one to believe, and I'm not gonna say, because nobody's really being honest here. But yeah. And who's to say that Don was really at work? Because there has not been a proven fact that Don was at work. And he possibly was at home with the boys. Or had the boys. And he probably did have them at work and just got home at around the time that Candace got there. Who's to say? Because they got different stories out here. They got different stories. And nobody is consistent. Yeah. But one thing we do know is that CPS been in and out. And the last CPS had the boys allegedly supposed to be moved them upstairs. and some are supposed to be downstairs. Now I don't know if they was giving them a chance then to get the house together, and maybe it just didn't work. I don't know, but they was supposed to been putting the boys upstairs and Summer downstairs with Don and Candace. Yeah, and I'm shocked that they even gave them, an opportunity and a chance, but they did. So it is what it is. Who the heck knows them up? Right? Shoot. But anyway, so let's move on to this. This interview, 30-minute off the camera interview Don did with Chris. I think if this crime is solved, the parents will be arrested. Probably so, love. I wouldn't put none past nobody. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't put it past nobody. Okay? I'm just going to be honest with you. Because at the end of the day, I don't put it past nobody. And seeing the house and where the house is and where it's located and the dog, and that you keep the bottom gate locked or chained, I just have a very hard time. And you said when you pulled up to the house was chained. It's just not likely. It's always possible. Hey, Natasha, it's always possible, but it's not likely that the baby was abducted, in my opinion. In general too, in my opinion, it's just not likely. It's possible, small possibility, but not a huge possibility that Summer was abducted. I believe something took place. I hope it sounds Summer's Brown. Yes, that's the goal, is to find everything we can, confirm everything we can, verify everything we can, figure out what happened, and fight to get her home. That's number one. So let's talk about Mr. Don. Mr. Don. Tomorrow, I'm probably going to do a live tomorrow because I have too much information that I want to talk about tomorrow, and I'm not going to be able to get it on no video. That's going to be a long edit, and I just don't got time for that. So it's going to be a live tomorrow, and we're going to be breaking down because Candace starting to get real spicy with the police. Like, her attitude is starting to change. She's starting to get beside herself, and she's letting out some aggression. And I'm going to talk about that tomorrow because this video is about Don. But yeah, Candace is starting to get real spicy. I don't know if she's picking that up from Don. I don't know. But she's starting to get very vocal and upset with the police and how they doing things and all that. And it's like, oh, okay. Where this coming from? Like the video footage. Well, thank you, Natasha. Most people don't get this 80 agencies out here searching for kids. Some parents wish one agency would help look for their children. Some people would wish, hell, anybody would put their child on the news clip. Okay. And yet Candace is huffing and puffing and mad that they being thorough. And I'm like, oh, okay. So this is a new attitude. But yeah, we're gonna address everything she had to say about where they searched and how they searched her home and how she feel and all that. We're gonna get into that tomorrow. I agree. I don't bad for one sickness. Prairie. Yeah. Some people believe she was, and some people believe she wasn't. And I mean, it's just not likely. Not highly likely. It's not a 50-50. I give it a 30-70. Yeah, all type of states. You got people coming from Virginia, Kentucky. So many agencies. You would think people would be grateful and appreciative. but they are so upset of how they're searching and continuing to search out there in that area, and they're mad that the police don't believe that she was abducted. She's upset that the police don't believe that, and I believe they have more evidence that backs up why they feel like someone is not abducted. For some reason, the police believe she's out there near those woods, near that home out there, and it's a reason. And I'm going to stick with what we don't know that they know, because they probably know what they're talking about. They probably got information that we don't have. Okay. Yeah, they got some information that we don't have. And there's a reason why they're out there in those woods. There's a reason why they're out there near her home. It's a reason. So, I mean, you can't get upset with that. Just, be grateful. If you ain't had nothing to do with it, you're not going to be upset. You're not going to be angry. You're going to be so appreciative and so thankful. Because a lot of parents don't get that. A lot of parents do not get that type of treatment, not that type of help. The story isn't really believed. Candace knows exactly what happened because they know the police is getting close. And if I was them, I wouldn't care what anybody would come out and say. Keep on searching until we find that girl. Keep on searching until we bring someone home. I don't care where. Okay? I don't care where y'all search. Bring her home. Yeah. They're getting upset. What you getting upset for? Red flag. That's a red flag in any other case. I treat this like any other case. That's a red flag. Why you all bent out of shape for? Because they double checking in your mama's camper and double checking at your house 4 or 5 times. Why you mad? Law enforcement mess things up all the time. Sorry to say. Yeah, and that's fine. At the end of the day, they trying to find someone and they bringing people together to do it. Can't say that for a lot of other, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they do sometimes mess things up. But at this point, they searching to try to bring her home. You can't fault them for that. You can't fault them for searching. And then they don't have no proof or no tips or nothing that say or prove that she was abducted. So, no, she won't be. I don't believe she will be. I believe it's been 6 weeks, over 30 days, It's been hot down here. It's been in the hundreds almost, reaching the hundreds in Tennessee. It's been that hot down here. So, yeah, it's just, that's a possibility too. She might not be found at all. We might not ever find her. And that's what I don't want. Because that would mean whoever did it will get away scot-free. It's hard to make an arrest with no body, Nah, she never stood a chance. Yeah, going on 2 months. I think this crime was premeditated. It's possible. For one moment, I thought so. But with the neglect, at any moment, an accident could have happened and they could have panicked. Or a brother could have did something, roughhousing with someone, and their parents panicked. So, just look inside the house, it's like the higher the possibility ring of accident. And the parents panicked and did something with the body, possibly. Just the hazardous of the outside and in the inside. So it's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, so in this interview, by the way, Chris stated that Donna Candace has a lawyer, but we already knew that, and we already talked about that. So if there's anybody that don't know that Donna Candace has a lawyer, yes, they do. I don't know what type of lawyer they got, but they got one. I think those parents know exactly what happened and are hoping everyone just goes away. Yeah. Hoping that it goes like maybe possibly Rose. Everybody just give up and she just stays vanished. But yeah, no. People are still fighting for classic and sincere, and it's been what 7, 8, by almost 9 months. So we're not gonna give up on summer either. We're not giving up. We're gonna keep them out there. Seems more like a neglectful accident, like that hot car. Yeah, and that's why I wanted to know if Candace left the air on. That would have been a good question for Chris to ask. When you went into those places, did you leave the air running in the car with H and Summer when you went in the store, or did you leave the windows down and turn the car off? That would have been a very good question. But I'm sure, he just had so much he couldn't just think of everything. Yeah, we're gonna keep hope alive. Yeah. Whether people like it or not. We're gonna keep her in the spotlight. Just like we doing with Classic and Sincere. All right, so Don talked about, because a lot of people wanted to know how long did it take him to get home from work, and was Don actually at work? Because a lot of people, some people don't believe he was at work. I'm one of them that's iffy. I don't know if he was really at work or not. But some people don't believe if Don was really at work or if he was somewhere in the area near the house. So Don tells Chris it took him 40 minutes to get home from his job. So he's basically saying he was at work. Okay. Now, for people that don't know, Rogersville and Kingsport are like 30 to 45 minutes apart. Okay. So he's saying, Don is saying it took the police 40 minutes to get to his house. Don said he beat the police there. Okay. But I would like to hear from the actual police, because I know in Rogersville they have their own police, and in Kingsport they have their own police. So if you haven't, I don't know if his own city police or the next city police came. So I would like to verify that with the police. And like the video said, hopefully they come out and make a statement soon to verify what we've been told by the Wells family. Because, I would like to know, are we to believe what they're saying or what? Let us know what's going on, This, by all means, protect the case, but at least give us a little something. I'm praying. But yeah, so Don basically saying he beat the police there. But I do know that if Kingsport police came, it was a 30 to 40 minute drive. But if it's your own city police, it shouldn't have taken that long. Okay. So that's a question that I would like the police to give us. I would like, we still waiting on the 911 calls, and we still gonna be waiting, and we still waiting on because we'll know how long and exactly it took the police to get to that house, and that will make a big difference. And that will let us know for real, because I would think they would respond for me. Exactly. So somebody close in that city, it shouldn't have took them 40 minutes. It shouldn't have took them 40 minutes. Any police. I get it if there's some coming from the next neighboring city, but somebody should have got there within at least 10 to 15 minutes. That response time is, if that's true, because we can't bank off, he can't bank off the Wells. Okay, we can just take the information in, but that is not some good response time if that's true. Okay, that's not good. So I would love to hear from Hopkins County How long did it take y'all to get there from the time Don and Candace, because they both called you guys, how long did it take y'all to respond to the Wells home from the time y'all got the call? Once we get that information, that is gonna mean everything. That's gonna mean everything. Okay? That's gonna mean a whole lot. And that's gonna clear up a few things. So we'll know for sure, yeah, where everybody was at. Okay? So, but yeah, so Don said he beat the police there. You know, just what he said. I'm not gonna believe that at this time. I'm just gonna take the information in. Because I would love them to verify that. Okay, he also said Don, Chris was saying that Don was very frustrated with that he was upset that he got home and the police was not there. Okay. And this is one thing that popped in my mind. When you're purchasing a home, when you have kids, you always, most mature adults, we always, with little kids, check how far is the school from the home? How far is the nearest hospital to the house? If there's an emergency at my house, when I call 911 on my kids, how long is the response time? Okay. How far is the police station or the police from my home? When you are moving into a new apartment or home or whatever, most people check the distances, schools, hospital, police stations, fire departments, how close those places are, and take into account how close those places are to their home. Okay? Most people take into account. Now, they knew when you move out there and you got little kids, you got to drive a little ways to go to the grocery store to fill up your refrigerator. You got to drive a little ways, or if emergency happened, like you did, it might take maybe an extra 20 minutes for some help to get out there to you. So that's something that most people take into account. So it just seems to me like they kind of wanted to be out there. I mean, but you knew you was out there. So, I mean, it's not the police fault. I mean, they're going to get there as soon as they can. And if you really are 40 minutes out from the nearest police station, then, I mean, they're getting there as soon as they can. I mean, it's really nothing that they could do. I mean, you chose to live out there, you and your wife. So I'm just saying. Also, Chris asked Don, do you think Candace, would be honest with you, tell you everything? And he said that Don feel like he said that Candace wouldn't lie to him. So yeah. Some people feel like Don is controlling, or he pretty much controls the household and the energy and the mood. He just pretty much control things they say and things they do. I maybe get a little bit of that. I feel a little bit of that because now Candace is really following Don's lead. She's actually starting to say things that Don has said in the past. So I'm kind of like observing a little switch in Candace's mode. She went from this kind of a sad, guilty, hurt-like type to upset, So I don't know. I'm just observing everything. I'm observing everything. Taking everything into consideration, because until we find someone and we know who did it, everybody's a person of interest. Okay, and it's just that. Don talked about how he feared that she is deceased and buried somewhere. She lied about another West story I've seen. Broke him in But I just feel like he loves Summer a lot. Don is alcoholic. I think Candace is guilty. And about that poor stuff, it's okay. Lemons can clean. Facts, Maria. Facts. Um, yeah, so Don fears that she's deceased and buried somewhere. Now that statement that Chris said, that Don said, stuck out to me. And I'm gonna tell you why. So, y'all remember when Don first came out and he was just so persistent that, you know, somebody saw his daughter on social media and sex traffickers got her and they got her in a damn dungeon somewhere, and he was so freaked out that they got her doing God knows what to her in this, that, and the third. Now, as you can see, his mode is changing. Now he just fears that she's dead somewhere and buried. Now, he feels she's dead and gone. I already felt from him the first week there was something was missing, that he had gave up on Summer. He pretty much had put it in God's hands. Thank you, Patience. He had pretty much put it in God's hands the first week. Okay, Summer was missing. He pretty much said, he was speaking all this religion, and he didn't have too much to really say about her. He was just like he didn't gave up, and compared her to Rose. Okay, big difference. Rose over 10 years, your daughter, it was just a couple days, and you was already talking like you didn't gave up. Okay, so I observed all that in the beginning with Don. Now we at the point where now he's saying he went from sex trafficking in a dungeon. Now he's worried about her being dead and buried somewhere. And I just found that kind of odd. Yeah, he wrote her off, Irene. People saw that quickly in like 2 days, 3 days. I'm like, damn, give her a chance to be found before you say it's over or you give up. I mean, damn, that's your baby. I'm just saying. But yeah, so he fears that she's deceased and buried. I just find that so odd. So odd. That is so specific. Dead and buried. Not kept anywhere anymore. Dead and buried. So I'm just like, That's our theater fluff. Right. They were coming with the kids prior to the baby disappearing, being released to her old life, and they didn't want her to be found and it to be found out. True that. What a boy. She could be glad they haven't been locked up on Tampa. Well, CPS got the boys right now. I'm glad you said that, because that just brought me back to something else. But he didn't elaborate with Chris. He didn't elaborate on it. Yes, very screwed up. Yes, red flag, gave up quickly. I'm glad you said that. So he also told Chris that his boys is safer with CPS. But he wouldn't elaborate on why he said that. That's very important. I would love to know why he feels like his boys are safer with CPS. Is it because of what's going on? Or is it because of something else that we don't know about? Like I said, I feel like it's way more to this story than what we know. Okay? And it just hasn't came out yet. But it's way more to this story than what we know. Okay? That's a fact. And I want to know why. Do you know if they have cops? Just who have cops? In Rogersville, in Hawken County, yeah, they got cops. Yeah, I want to know why he feel like. Why does he feel like they are better off and they are safer and that's the best place for them in CPS? I would love to know that. but he did not elaborate. And I just thought that was a very odd statement. Most parents are going to feel better that their kids are with them, that the kids are safer with them, not with CPS. So that kind of took me for a little loop real quick, and I had to be like, they safe with CPS. Well, what else is going on that we don't know about? If they're safer with CPS, then there's something else we don't know. It's something else going on we don't know about. Yet, let the cat out the bag with that statement. Yeah. Why are they safer? Yeah, he said he see her in the next life. Shocked me. Wasn't a good thing to say. A lot of things he said wasn't good at the beginning. And it was just like Chris Watts all over again. But, I tried not to go there, and I try to stay objective. So I said, I'm not swinging no way. But I just, the likeness of her being abducted, with the dogs meeting Chris at the soon you turn up at the bottom of the driveway, well, they would have met the abductor wherever he would have came on the property, or she. Because there are also women abductors too, so don't get it twisted. It's women and men abductors. But yeah, and then that would have alerted Candace because the dogs would have been barking. But she said that she didn't hear no barking. So it was just kind of like, the likeliness of that, I'm just not swinging that way yet. I just can't. Right. I wonder if he was trying to say it because someone's taking, but possibly something said. That's why I said it would have been great if he would elaborate, but he wouldn't. So, but you would think Natasha, I'm gonna go all the way there, whether people like it or not. Now, I'm glad you said that. Who said that? Southern says. Okay, now you would think if that was just it, he would have said, well, I don't think they're better off CPS right now because someone was taken, and I don't want my boys to be harmed or taken either. You would think if he was just that, he would have just said that to him, right? But he didn't want to say why. So I don't think that's the only reason why I don't think it's because of something. Because he would have just said that to Chris. You see what I'm saying? He didn't just say that. That's why I'm like, well, then what else is it? Because if it was summer, you would say, obviously my daughter was taken, so, he would have said that to Chris. Yes, very open-ended. Very open-ended. Not good. Not good in this case. No, not good. But I would just like for him to elaborate on it, on why the boys are safer with CPS. But all this time, y'all been running from CPS. So I'm just trying to figure it out. Make it make sense. Now they're safer with CPS. But y'all been running from CPS. It's just weird. I'm just saying. He kept talking about the pit in the Bible. It's intrusive now. I keep thinking about one day that Don had his arm around it. Right. I will never forget that. And then I will never forget that. They didn't have a choice. They were taking him anyway. Well, I mean, we know that. But for him to state that they're better off or safer in CPS, that's a weird statement. No parent really would say that. Regularly, that's not normal to say that. Most parents would break down, be upset. It wouldn't say that's the best place. Most parents would think the best place for their children is with them, not with CPS. Because, they overcrowded. They don't have a lot of room for kids like it. None of that. So it's possible they could be mistreated because CPS ain't always a great place either. Okay, kids get messed with and treated all type of ways in child protective services. So CPS is not always great too. We get a lot of kids that get hurt in CPS custody. So I'm just really wondering why he said that. Yes, very weird. Yes, justice for Summer. No, you can't keep running from the law or CPS, the state. I would like to believe the reason is that mom and dad will be put in jail and the boys will home. I'm thinking you probably saying be home. Why does Don not attend the prayers for some good question, good observance, as well as I didn't get a chance to post that clip, but Candace with the banner, out there. I think she was at a little march or something, and she was carrying a banner for Summer. I was wondering why wasn't Don out there either for that, unless he was at work. I don't know. But I really don't see him at none of that. I may have seen him at one, and that was at the church. Him and Candace, and then maybe the boys. But that was the only one I saw him at. Yes, we do have a very, very broken system. He don't want that spotlight on himself. No, he does not. I don't believe he does. Allegedly, his lawyer did not want him to. Well, he wants them to stop, the social media thing. But they really, really need to anyway. I didn't even. I wish they wouldn't even read that stuff because I wouldn't even let that. I mean, people gonna say some crazy stuff on Facebook. You can't be reading that stuff and going back and forth with a troll. You cannot do that. They will run your blood pressure up. I wish I would. Ron said he fell off the wagon and went off the deep end during the time March was held. Oh, okay. Drinking and stuff. Getting drunk. Yes, with the stress on the family, overwhelming the parents. Now so he's ready. Probably. I mean, I guess. I can understand that. But if my child was taken, I don't want my other. If my child was abducted and I'm already minus a child, I don't want to lose no more of my kids. I want my kids at home or with me. Stressful or not, I could be crying in my bed, but at least I know my kids are in their room, in their bed. The rest of them. Yes, they do need to stop with the social media stuff. So I'm glad the lawyer, whoever the lawyer is, because they did not say who the lawyer was. I'm glad whoever it is told them to with the social media because we don't need to hear that shit. Like, come on, man. That's making it a whole spectacle. It needs to be stay about Summer, and it don't need to be about all this other stuff and complaining about what people are saying. You need to be talking about Summer. And that's what really irritated me with Don and Candace. They kept complaining about social media. And I was like, if y'all don't shut up and start talking about Summer, tell me more about her. I don't want to hear about them idiots on social media. It just started pouring down rain and it's 102. Ooh, girl. At this time, oh, that's bad. I would beg the community for help and clear that mess up. Exactly. Don and Candace have both had kids taken away by CPS and the parents. It's kind of like, well, we lost another one. Yeah, that's true. Exactly. If you have kids, you need to raise them properly. Just don't have kids. Sorry, not sorry. I mean, don't be sorry. That's the truth. And like I said before, that's why in the beginning of this live, I broke down because people like to say, oh, it's the Tennessee thing. It's a country thing. That's how the people in the country live. That's how the people in Tennessee live. No, that's a damn lie. And I proved that in the beginning. And it's not judgment. It's against the law to live like that with minor children. If you want to live like that and you don't got no kids, cool, be nasty. But when you have kids, that's neglect. That's a crime. That's illegal. You can get your kids taken away and they can arrest you for that. So, yeah, it's not a judgment of how they was living. That's against the law. Yeah, and people they're mixing the two, and you can't mix that. Like, that's against the law. Exactly. Yep, be talking to everybody. I'll be on every news media, every news site. Please help me putting out flyers. That's something I got to do this weekend because when I went up to Ridersville and Kingsport, they had the printer shops was closed. They closed on the weekends. I don't know why, but they are. So here in the city, in Nashville, ain't nothing closed on the weekends. I mean, we open, okay? So I'm gonna get some flyers done this weekend, and we're gonna get out and about. And yeah, my kids gonna help. We gonna pass some flyers out because I really don't see no posters like that there. There's not a lot of posters, not a lot of flyers around and out there, and it's just not. It's not, and I don't know why. It's not. They had like good two like banners at the church on both entrances, but they don't have a lot of posters and stuff around there for her. Yeah, they got a lot to do before they get them kids back. All right, so let's move on to the next thing. Yes, the police does not believe Summer was abducted. Okay, the police believe that the baby is somewhere out there. Now that's what they're saying. So in some way, shape, or form, police must have told them or shown them in action by not searching nowhere else, but out there that they believe that Summer's out there near them somewhere in the woods or by the house. I think they cleared up. Chris cleared up. People saying that Summer was quiet, a quiet child, but that was cleared up that she was not so quiet. That she did speak when she wanted to speak, and that she could speak when she wanted to speak. And that was a good question because we never really seen no videos of her talking or saying anything. And a lot of people think and feel she's nonverbal, but we know she's a little delayed. But yeah, so they say she will speak when she wants to. No wild animals look at you. It might be raining down here too. I think I heard some rain. Okay, so yeah, I just talked about how Don went from sex traffickers now to being his fear is deceased and buried. So I talked about that. Chris touched on the sheds around the property because there's sheds everywhere pretty much. I mean, around that property, at the park. Where else did I see some sheds at? Their property, the park. Somewhere else. I can't remember. I've seen another shed somewhere, and I can't put my finger on it right now, but it'll come to me. But yeah, he talked about the shed, and so I'm assuming the police have searched the sheds, at least out there near the property, on the property. But any abductor that's smart wouldn't hold her up in no shed because the first thing the police gonna do is check the shed. Okay. But that would be if you was completely done with someone, yes, this is live. I hope so, LaKendra. I hope arrest come today, baby. If somebody took her and they were completely done with her and want to drop a body all throughout there in the sheds, would be a perfect dump site. I don't see sheds at a good stash site because people are out searching. See what I'm saying? And they're out and they're going back researching the places that they have searched as well. That's another thing Candace is upset about. They're researching places that they haven't searched, but they're doing that in case people moved a body. People move bodies all the time. Okay, people move bodies all the time. Okay, they feel like, okay, the police search it. They don't come back and search it. Ding ding. Police is going back through everything, even everything they have searched. They're going back over and through, and that's a good thing because people can and will move bodies. Okay, they do it all the time. If they feel like police getting close, they will move a body and then move a body back. So sheds to me are a good dump site, but not a good stash site because those are regularly going to be checked and looked at. Does anyone have the feeling that Candace and Hunter was involved in the relationship? I questioned it at first, but with them both coming out and actually hearing Hunter speak and hearing about his girlfriend, that I don't think so. It could have been like stepmother, godmother type relationship. But I did stop Prince. I did at one point feel like it was a little questionable. A wild animal got my cat in the country, and the only thing left was to tell. Yeah, it be real down. It be real in the country. It be real out here. But listen to the words the boss said when asked about it. What you say? Oh yeah. And this is another thing I thought about too. Jazzy pulled that door up. One thing I thought about was Candace having different type of people, mostly men, when her and Don would get into it and he would leave and be gone for a certain amount of time. Is it possible, because she was known, to possibly have people she didn't know in her house? For example, Jose. You have a little girl and you quick to bring men in your home. Is it possible, you brought the wrong person in and they did something to your child? I mean, because she was known to do that. I mean, Allie spoke of an instance. Don's stepsister spoke of an instance. And we know about Jose. Did you see? Right. I got that. Mm-hmm. And people are married and have affairs all the time. All the time. Did you see the picture of Candace rubbing H's hair for the incident? Very inappropriate. I think that was a while ago, but yeah, that whole bed thing was like, yeah. I don't know about that. It could be looked at as innocent if I'm looking at you as my child and you in there with my kids and we all in the bed together chilling. But I don't know. He just seems so big. I don't know. It don't look right to me. It don't look right to me. But anyway, let's keep going. We talked about the sheds. Oh yeah, they do talk about, we do have kids. Some kids do play in sheds, which is dangerous. But yeah, that's why it wouldn't be a stash site. It would most likely be a dump site because some people like to visit and play in sheds, mostly children. I talked about Chris addressed the dogs, met him at the bottom of the driveway. So that's another reason why I feel, me personally, my opinion, it's not likely she was abducted just because of how they responded when they got to the bottom of the driveway before they even drove all the way up. The dogs met them down there. Because she had to take the chain off the gate for them to get up. Okay. So they would know if anybody else was on that property other than them. The dogs would have alerted them. Okay. When my dog was alive, rest her soul, she would let me know if somebody was in my grass, in my driveway, before they even turn in my driveway. I would have plenty ample of time to do anything I needed to do to get prepared because she would let me know. Okay, she wake up out of sleep and let me know, hey, somebody on their way to the house. So yeah, dogs are very intelligent, very, 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 very intelligent, and they can feel your energy. Dogs can feel your energy. So many animal dogs carry kittens. I couldn't feed them all. I wouldn't be surprised if the dog pound don't be on the property soon to remove some of those dogs. My dog is the same person that took her. My dog used to go mental before he died. Um, yeah, I'm still mourning my baby. I had her for like since she was a puppy for like 9 years, and she was like one of my kids. She was spoiled. She would watch TV. She would sit on the bed and watch TV. You would think she knew everything that was going on the TV, like she was a human being. They very smart, very smart. My dog used to go mental. He said I brought her other animals too. Oh yeah, animals, people. Yeah. People, when she was alive, they wouldn't like to come all the way in my house. I would have to put her up in the kennel when I had guests. I couldn't just have her walking around because even though she was sweet and she was overprotective over my kids, she was big. And bulldogs look very mean. So people was always scared because she was so big. She was real big. And she didn't play no games. She didn't play no games. So I wrote down because I was thinking about some possibilities because obviously abduction is always going to be possible. It's just very less likely. Okay. So I was thinking about, is it possible someone could have walked away and the animals got her? Did some type of freak accident happen on the property or on the way home from H house? Or sometime on the property, or possibly the brothers, and the parents got scared. Did the brothers accidentally do something, and the parents are protecting the boys? Um, could the parents have done something to her, and they got rid of the body? There's a lot of possibilities. Could Summer have walked off? I mean, she 3 feet, she's skinny, she a little thing. If she came into a big animal, he could have snatched her up with his mouth, paws, and drag her on off. But the only thing with that is when they search in the woods, they will see some type of remnants of that. You may find pieces of her, but you won't see something, possibly, because her clothes, her shoes, she was barefoot, but something remnant of her if an animal mauled her off somewhere. So it's a lot of theories out there. I don't know. The parents could have accidentally ran her over. I mean, it's so freaking possible. But the time change with Candace, with her saying that the time at the beginning was 2 minutes, and now it could have been 5 to 10 minutes, and of her leaving her alone or taking her eyes off of her in 5 to 10 minutes before she checked on her. I don't know. Is that a long time for somebody to come all the way up that hill, get through all the dogs, grab her, and leave? I don't know. It's just not likely to me. But our main goal is to verify, confirm, and try to bring her home by any means necessary. By any means necessary. And yeah, things the stories and the times and everything it keeps changing, and you just don't know what to believe anymore. Yeah, there will be blood. That's why I say you will find some trace of something. The searchers ain't finding nothing. So it seems like somebody had to do something, like literally take her, put her somewhere where she will not be found. That's really what it seemed like. But Chris said, he only talked about 30 minutes, no video, no record, no nothing. And those are a couple of things that they touched. And some of those I thought was red flags with Don. His fears of being deceased and buried. That was one of them. Him saying it took the police, he beat the police there, and it took him and the police 40 minutes to get to the house. The changing of the stories. It's different things that I just don't know. That's a possibility, love, that she never made it home. That she never made it home. That is a possibility. I figured out 3 of them know, if not more than that. Oh yeah, they know. They to be lying and wait in order to abduct her that week. Yeah, they would have had to be if she was abducted. Yeah. Well, lying wait where? They be attacked by dogs. Lying wait where? You see what I'm saying? Unless they was in a cut in a car and wait for her to roam, because they know that she's neglected pretty much. She'll roam off on her own on the property. That is just that would be hard. That's a hard job for that person to do. It could be done, but that would be very difficult. And they would have to be very good at abducting children to pull that off. Unless Candace was really lying about the time she took her eyes off Summer. Could have been longer. First it was 2 minutes, now it's 10 minutes. Could it have been a way longer time that she's not saying that she took her eyes off of Summer and then she went missing? And she just saying it's 2 minutes or 10 minutes here and there to cover the fact that she really didn't watch her daughter at all, and she was gone for a long time. That is true. I have not seen nothing to prove that she made it home. Irene, that is true. And that's something I brought up a while ago. About a week ago. We don't even know if she made it home. We don't even know if she made it home. Yeah, love, and their stories is not even on. One person said she was sleeping in a cow and milk at the time she dropped off H, and Candace saying no. It's just a never-ending contradictory discrepancy in this. Everybody's story is different. I don't think so, Prairie. They definitely not dropping their cop there because they're going to be busted if they're abducting a child. That'll be stupid. They're going to see you, your make of your car, everything, your license plate. That's dumb. So they would have had to have been waiting, but then waiting where? I mean, at some point he would have to get out. The dog's gonna meet him where he's staying, he or she. Well, they're gonna meet him where they stand. Oh my Lord, why'd you say that? Someone wasn't doing no planning, they were planning her. Lord. That's deep. But that's real. I mean, I've heard that. Somebody said that to me before. Was they burying her somewhere? I mean, hey, J-Star. It seems to maybe be premeditated. It's very possible, Southern said. And I just find it funny that, I mean, well, the mama had the doctor's appointment at, or the hospital because she was hurting. Unless that came up, but did they plan on being gone all that day? That's the thing, because they knew allegedly by a family member that CPS was coming to remove the kids that day. They informed their family that CPS was coming to get their children. So did they have a plan to leave? You know? And then things just got out of hand. And you know what? One thing Chris and Candace didn't ever talk about is those messages with the drug dealer. I would have liked to hear her say what is the "it is done" message. What is that? You know, could she explain that? Did that even happen? Or, you know, I would love to hear what she has to say about that. Yeah, but I would love to hear that. Not that I know of Tracy. Yep, she met someone somewhere. Well, Don kept saying black market trafficking in the big. When I heard something today, do you know if they no longer do payment scripts from the ER amount? Nah, I believe they do. Yeah, they do. They haven't stopped down here in Tennessee. Oh, my butt hurt for a second on that part. As far as I know, they still do. Hey, you know, as far as I know, they still do scripts to the emergency room. If you are in extreme pain, yes, they do. Could Candace have owed the drug dealer a lot of money and was threatened if she didn't pay her? That's possible, because, you know, we've heard from the family before that, you know, they got history with drug dealers and kids possibly getting handed off to drug dealers. In a lot of states, it's become mandatory digital. They send our restricted drugs prescription digital to the pharmacy. Yeah, I mean, when I say write prescriptions, they don't like hand it to you. They send it to but yeah, they still give you prescription from the ER. They'll give you the medicine right there as well, but yeah, they give you maybe like until you make an appointment. Now I think they do like maybe a week, couple days worth of medication, something like that. Allie is buying the prescription drugs. It's like that out here. I came home yesterday. Been in pain. You have to get it from your primary. Girl. Yeah, nah, when you go to the emergency room down here, they gonna treat you. They gotta treat you. They gonna treat you. And then, you know, they'll probably give you something to make it through until you able to go see your doctor. So I would say about a week's worth of medicine. But, you know, if you go through that, that's it. But I do want to let y'all know real quick before I get up off here, I got to feed my kids. How deeply was Cindy interview prior to her taking off. I know they searched her truck, but did they have time to check out the property or see the direction she left for? Well, I don't. I know Candy. I'm thinking you're talking about Candy. Candy was interviewed. Her truck, her camper was searched multiple times thoroughly. That's one of the things that Candace was pissed about, and we're going to touch that tomorrow evening. We're going to get on Candace and her change in her energy and the change in her attitude, and she's angry right now. She's mad with the police. She's feeling some type of way. She done got real spicy. So we're gonna talk about that tomorrow because she done changed up real quick on us. And yeah, we're gonna address that. We definitely gonna address that. Hey Phoenix. But she was very upset that they was kept searching, and she kept saying like she's not in there. But the police didn't care what she was talking about. They kept searching, like Mama's Camper was one of them they kept searching, and some other places. They kept searching. And I'm gonna break it down for y'all tomorrow because everything she said is yeah. I got it to the T. Dawn looks like an old woman, Kenny looks like a man. Good night, Chad. She believes now. Hey, Phoenix. But yeah. But thank y'all for hanging out with me for a little bit. I just wanted to break down a little bit of stuff that Don said to Chris in that little 30-minute conversation that Chris told us that he had said. As well as I wanted to break down the people crying about, oh, don't judge him. You can't judge poor people. Da, 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 da. When ain't nobody judging them, at the end of the day, that's neglect. You breaking the law. You can't have your kids live like it. You can go to jail and you can be charged with neglect, and CPS is going to remove your kids. So at the beginning of this live, if you are just coming in, I showed 2 videos where, because some people will say, oh, it's just the country. It's just Tennessee. Hell to the no. It ain't true. I showed 2 videos where it's people neglect kids in different cities and states all over the world. And it shows that in some states they don't play that. You got your house deplorable like that, they're going to come in, they're going to take your kids. And you better pray they don't charge you with neglect. Because in these 2 cases, these parents went to jail. So I just wanted to touch on that because I think a lot of people are getting confused. Yeah, they're getting confused. And due to open panels, I normally don't go live. I'm just having to because I'm having to get a lot of information out. And, there's way more than I could do a upload or a video. So I'm having to lately have to get in actual lives, but I can. If that's something that y'all are interested in, I don't mind. I might open up a panel maybe tomorrow night because y'all might want to input on the change of the things and the changes that Candy is distributing now. Y'all might want to put y'all input in. They said she in the basement, she a girly girl. Y'all play too much. Y'all a lady in the streets and a freak in the bed. Don said she could be in the basement being hurt. Yeah, he did say that. But damn, she lives in the basement. I love it. So girl, what is the bad? Yeah, so tomorrow we're going to yeah, we'll do that tomorrow. We'll do open panel. So I'll show y'all. Yeah, I can pull it up on my laptop. That's what I do. I'll put everything up on my laptop and we'll talk about it. and everything that she has said, and we'll break it down, and then y'all can come up and tell me what y'all think. I love you too, boo. Y'all tell me what y'all think, or y'all can call however y'all want to do it. Some people might want to come up, so I'll let y'all choose. It don't matter to me. Y'all don't play too much. But I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all have a good night. And will I be making a video tomorrow? Definitely, I'm just gonna go live tomorrow night. I was thinking about posting a video, but I might wait. Love on your babies. Oh, I'm about to. They waiting on me right now. All right. Y'all have a great. Thank you, Sneaky. So good night, J Star Sneaky. You knew Itsy Prairie. LaKendra. Southern Says. Love. Michelle Phoenix. Blossom. Tracy. Make sure I got everybody. Natasha. Everybody. Thank y'all. Y'all have a great night. See y'all tomorrow. Principal, y'all ready?